It's live.
Saturday night. Well, it's not Thursday.
No, Saturday. It's Thursday night. It's live.
You're like the guy with the X Factor.
Yeah,
It's
the thing.
That's a terrible thing there. I should stop doing that.
Thursday. It's Thursday night. It's around the bend. My broadband is crap. I look like I'm in a freezing machine.
I can see it. It looks so icy over there.
I do apologise for my broadband tonight, guys. I've got audio and some video, but the lag is terrible. I've just had a look at all the Wi-Fi networks in my street, and I think everybody on the internet is in my road, and it's really slowed things down terribly. But we'll crack on. We'll see what we do.
Shouting out your window saying, "Get off my blooming bandwidth."
I saw a great Wi-Fi the other day when I was at work, and somebody had called the Wi-Fi network "Get off my LAN," which I thought was just hilarious. Cool. Anyway, British touring cars fan group around the bend. Sean, you've been asking loads of questions and getting loads of feedback from people. And also, since we last spoke, I've managed to sit down and watch the knockout round at work, which was amazing. Yeah, some cheeky moves. I'm not completely a fan of what Andy Priu did across at Aidan Morgan.
Aidan Morgan? Who's Aidan Morgan?
Aidan Morgan. Oh, God. You know what I mean, mate? I've been on about 14 hours shift here.
Oh, did he,
Mr. Morgan got tapped. I'm sorry. He got tapped.
You mean Mr. Moffat?
Aidan Moffat. That's the puppy. Laser Tools. I'm sorry. I've just come off 2 days media training with Louise Goodman. I haven't really. I was just having the shocker of
a one word to say that's called lies.
I was just saying, right, I've just had the same shocker of a grid walk that Louise Goodman had then. I do apologise. You would not believe how tired
your bottom on the chair.
Mate, seriously, I'm not joking. I am so tired right now, you wouldn't believe. Yeah, so he was tapped, mate. I'm sorry, he was tapped.
What was interesting, you were saying about that, because I looked it up on the BBC.net or BBC.co.uk, and I thought Priu got penalised because of the hit to Aidan Moffat. I think, was it on the last lap or was it penultimate lap? I can't mind now. I think it was the last lap.
It wasn't like Moffat shut the door. He was trying to tap him out, and if he had tapped him out, it would have been straight on into the pit wall. It would have been a really nasty accident for him.
Oh, you mean the one after the hairpin?
Yeah.
I thought you mean the one at Scotsman Corner. I thought you meant.
No, the one on the start finish straight, mate.
It's like what I said. It's like what I said, though. I thought it was like a bit of a racing accident. When I said to you, I felt that Priu committed to the overtake a lot more quicker than Moffat committed to block Priu. That's what I thought. I thought it was a bit of a racing incident, right?
Just that bit where it cut back, it looked like Priu was well in the wrong. And I'm an Andy Priu fan, but it pains me to say it. But Andy, no, that was a trip to Mr. Gow.
Won't go there again.
No, after the last time. I was the beat machine, Andy, after the last episode.
You wait until you see it.
I don't want to see it. I'd had a day off work, and to be fair, I had been to a friend's and I had a couple of beers when I did the last one. So you know what I mean? It could be that I might have to apologise to the entire paddock, but who cares? It was we enjoyed making it anyway. It was one of those.
It was.
Yeah.
I think it was the best one yet.
Yeah, it was. We just needed a new beat machine and whatever because, you know, the frustrations of the MSA got slightly the better of me and Sean. And apparently I've had my head...
I don't think it slightly got the better of you. It mostly got you.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah. I've got to admit it. It was a bad decision. I might have used stronger language in the last episode, and I do apologise. But hey-ho, it's one of those. Yeah. And just Knockhill, you know, I love it as a track. I love it as a circuit. Never actually been to it. And it's something I'm hoping to rectify next year. I think it's going to be the track I visit, the sort of the wild card I visit next year. I think it's going to be a really interesting.
You can come and see me then.
Well, what I was thinking is perhaps we could do a live one from there next year and have a look at both going up for that. You know what I mean? We do one from there. That could be a good giggle. Yeah. So definitely. on the fan group tonight, then you've been asking people what their favourite car is.
Yes.
And some interesting ones really from the Super Touring, especially. Do you want to go through the people, the runners and riders, and what they've said so far?
Right. Okay. So for those who didn't know, I put out a question. The question was, what is your favourite car ever in the BTCC? Like mine, for example, was the 1994 BLB. Yours was it the Labatt's Ford Sierra?
Yes, the Labatt's Ford Sierra, and I have got a soft spot for the Labatt's BMW. The Labatt's sponsored. Yeah, the good old Labatt's Beamer. That was, or the Listerine Beamer. Those two are if he was going to buy a race car, I think that would be the one.
Just out of curiosity, what is Labatt's?
It is a lager, a Canadian lager.
All right, okay. I didn't know that.
And Listerine's a mouthwash, and to be fair, there isn't much difference between the two.
No. I don't know if you get slightly drunk over mouthwash, but
no, I don't recommend drinking mouthwash. But
I wouldn't swallow it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be drinking it as an aperitif. Let's put it that way. The Labatt's used to be everywhere, man. They used to do everything. They used to do a lot of nightclub sponsorship and stuff. Now you don't see it as much nowadays. It's a shame, really, because they did a lot for British motorsport.
They got out of business.
No, they're still owned. They're still a brand in other parts of the world. I'm sure. It's still there for sale in Canada.
All right. Okay. All right.
It's a shame because they put a lot into. Same with Caliber as well, which was alcohol free. Put a lot into the anti-drink driving bit. I mean, did you ever see the old? It's an advert on YouTube. Billy Connolly watching the touring cars, watching Andy Rouse. Sure, it's Andy Rouse. There's if you go into YouTube and put in Billy Connolly Caliber ad, he's actually sat there watching British touring cars with the Sierra 500s.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, it's a classic advert, that is, for all you BTCC nuts out there.
It must have been with Andy Rouse, because he was the #1 driver in Ford in touring cars at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to find. Yeah, it was. It's Andy Rouse. Sure, it was.
It would have to be, surely, man.
Right, my band. Yeah, go on, crack on.
Sorry, go on. You were going to say with your what? And then I was just
going to say with my bandwidth, it's most probably not a good idea if I try to play a YouTube video into this broadcast right now.
No. Right. So, shall I get on with the answers? Well, the responses, I should say, and also as well, thanks to everyone who has. Really appreciate it. So the first one from Lewis Glynn, he says, for me, my favourite car was always be the 1988 Caliber Sierra of Andy Rouse.
Oh, there you go, sir. There you go.
And a close second is probably the 98 Laguna of Menu, the green Nescafe Nescafe one.
You see, I always liked I thought the Laguna was a fantastic touring car, but for me, it's got to be in the yellow and blue, because that was what was on the top of video game, and that's a classic. Yeah, but the Nescafe one was an interesting one, and it was always made it very difficult when you were watching, because I'm sure the Peugeot was the same colour green.
It was the same colour, yeah. It was the same colour, and it was, but the Peugeot had gold on the front.
Yes.
Yes.
But you couldn't see that because Patrick Watts was normally, the front end was normally inserted into the car in front. So it was very, yes, yeah. I didn't want to say that, let you do that.
That's another person that will hate me now. As well as the Hondas.
There you go. Let's not go back through the list of who we've offended over the last few episodes. Yeah, go on.
There's going to be a long list come the end of the season. I can just see it. Right, the next one is from Wes Hooker. He says the 1992 Listerine E36. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Stands out, that car, doesn't it? Really stands out from a crowd.
Yeah, and what was the do you know what the dragon was called on it? The actual Listerine logo has got a name.
Peter.
No, Clifford. And it's
Clifford.
so Yeah, and it was so well done as an advert that one of my friends actually named his kid Clifford in honour of that car and that logo. That's honest truth, that is.
What about that cartoon, that Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Not sure about
that. Clifford the Big Red Dog, sponsored by Listerine. Shut up, Sean. Right, anyways, he also says, I love a Frank Sitner M30 M3. E30 M3, sorry.
Yeah, is that Frank the one Sitner with the Mobile One written down the side of it? Just a light one that they got the light.
Might have been. Yeah, it must have been.
Mwah, that is just a creme de la creme. Yeah, that was a paint scheme, that was.
That was, yeah. It looked so simple, but it's still, anyone could still remember that paint scheme. Definitely. Rich Cummins, he said the SO Ultra and Peugeot 406. I think it was 95 or 96. I can tell you it was 96.
Was that Tim Harvey in that?
Yeah, Tim Harvey and Patrick Watts.
Right, okay.
That was when it was red and blue, and then they changed it to gold and green in 97 to 98.
Right, okay.
And 99. The Peugeot in 99.
Not sure.
They had in 99. They had 6 manufacturers. I know Audi pulled out in 99.
TWR with a Volvo in 99.
No, it wasn't Volvo, because Rydell was racing then, and he was with Vincent Rademacher.
Wasn't that
the Peugeot?
It was the saloon, wasn't it, for the Volvo that year? It wasn't the estate car. That only did one season, didn't it?
No, that was the S40.
Yeah, the S40 was a saloon, wasn't it? Yeah. Because the other one was the 850 T5, the estate.
Yeah. Was that the one from 94? No, that wasn't the 94 one. What are you on about, Sean? I'm trying to think. I'm sure Peugeot went out the touring cars in 99. Right, anyways, I'm raving on. Anyways, Simon Toppen, he says the 1999 Nissan Primera, the car that dominated that season.
Yeah, that for me, it was a great car, but for me, it was when the manufacturer's side of things went a little bit out of control. You know, an independent had got no chance with competing with a team like that. I mean, they just bought a whole battery of machine guns to a knife fight, didn't they? They were just really, you know, that car was something else. As a mechanical piece of excellence, it was beyond the call of normal duty. I mean, only really, I think it's got to be up there with one of the most superior touring cars there's ever been, along with the Mondeo that ProDrive did. And you'd have to say the Laguna that we were on about before, with that being a Williams F1 entry.
And you could also put another one here, what Jack Wallace has said, the 1994 Alfa Romeo with Tarquini and Giampiero Simoni, probably one of the worst drivers in British touring cars.
Gabriele Tarquini.
No, not him.
No, Gabriele Tarquini, mate. Watching him on the limit that season was something to behold.
Yeah.
I don't think that brake pedal of his car got pushed once. He was either going to go on his reef or he was going to win, and that was his entire attitude. Tarquini, he was a great driver.
Yeah, the one at Knockhill when he flipped over, and at Donington as well when he went on 2 wheels. That, you know, that's memorable moments then.
I went round most of that season that year. And just, you know, the amount of people cheering him on, it was like an army cheering him on. It was ridiculous, you know.
Was that at Donington?
And, just everywhere he went, the guy was an absolute superstar. It was a beautiful car.
And he's still racing in the States, still competitively, and I would say, what, in his 50s? Am I right in saying that?
Mean, yeah, there's hope for me yet, Sean. There's hope for me yet.
It seems ages that he's been in touring cars. Really is.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot going on. Do you think Alfa Romeo could make a comeback, because they've really refreshed the range of road cars? Could that be one for Rob Austin by any chance?
Oh, possibly. I mean, when they had the production cars, the Alfa Romeo, I thought that car looked smart. I'd really love to see Alfa Romeo back in it. Really do.
Yeah,
in their original red paint schemes, just it's like a Ferrari, just lovely to look at.
Yeah.
Definitely. Martin Atkin. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, which other ones have we had? And then you moved on, so it's okay.
Okay, then. Right. Martin Atkins, he also agreed with Lewis Glenn. He said the 88 caliber Sierra or the 88 Listerine Sierra.
Yes, yeah.
Who drove them? Who drove the Listerine Sierra then that year?
Oh dear. Now you are asking now. Because I'm not sure. There was, and I'm racking my brains now trying to think. There was a black and red Texaco sponsored
That was Steve
Sierra
Soper.
500.
That was
Steve
Steve
Soper.
Soper.
Rob Gravitt. Which one was Rob Gravitt in?
I'm sure he wasn't. He in the red and white one.
And Mike Smith.
They were in the red and white. I think it was just red and white. I don't think there was any sponsors on it.
Will Hoy?
Was he racing in touring? I know he raced in Japan before coming over to British touring cars, but that was like in the early 90s.
I'm just wondering. I'm just trying to think now, without getting back and looking at that season so many years ago now. But I remember the car, remember the colour scheme, and yeah, it looked fantastic.
Yeah.
There don't seem to be as many big sponsors taking over an entire car, with the exception of Peartech now.
No.
And the RCIB on the BMR, but there's still a lot of smaller sponsors that make it up, And I think that's the difference between the manufacturer teams coming in and just being able to just put their logos over the car,
Yeah. Back to the responses there. Nathan Hudson, he says possibly the 95 Cavalier, which was nice.
Very well balanced car that was as well. When you watch the season back, if you get to see the DVD from Duke Marketing of the seasons, they got virtually all of them on DVD. That particular season, that car was really special.
Yeah, and Cleland won the Cleland won the championship in '95, or was it '96?
I'm just trying to think now. I think it was '96, wasn't it?
Who won it in '95? Who won it in '95? Who won it? Sean, come on.
Which year was the Man's an Animal?
That was '92.
Right, okay.
Who won the championship in '95? I know this.
That's one for just put out to the collective, mate. That's one to put out on there, and for the fan group, and just see what's going on.
Come on, Sean. Come on, rack your flipping brain. You're the stat man. You should know this.
Sean's a stat boy. I'm just merely a fan that's trying to hold it all together. I can't even. I've started the show with a Louise Goodman special, so there's no point in asking me, mate. That's gonna bug Sean. If you want to see what Sean's like when he can't remember a stat, just look at this picture. Oh, you can't. God.
That is really going to annoy me. That is genuinely going to annoy me.
Was it where Beeler? What year was Beeler? 96?
No, 97. No, it must have been 95 with Cleland.
Yeah.
Because Beeler won it in 96.
Yeah, the Audis smashed everything.
So it was Cleland in 95.
I'm sure, didn't he win two on the bounce?
Sorry?
Didn't he win 2 on the bounce, Cleland?
He did.
Did John Cleland win 2?
No, he didn't win 2 seasons on the bounce because 94, that was Tarquini.
Right, okay. He lost one either side of that.
93 was Winklehawk.
Right, okay. So come on, other cars, or else we're getting lost in.
Also, Nathan said the 2000 Mondeo. I think that's probably the best ever touring car.
I think that was the benchmark. I don't think even a modern touring car could catch that with everything switched on.
No,
that was a prop. I mean, you saw what ProDrive can build at the best of times, but that was something special.
Yeah, David Bohr as well. He said the 95 Cavalier 2. Sorry, Adam Stokes, the 1993 Ford Mondeo. Now that Ford Mondeo.
Is that the one Mansell drove for a guest drive?
I think that was 92. I think that was. I know the Ford Mondeo. No, actually, it might be in the same year, but it would be 93 with the Toka Cup thing. But all I know is that the Ford Mondeo in 93, it went into the championship about after like round 7.
Is that
And
Paul Radisich?
Yeah, Paul Radisich and Andy Rouse. And Paul, you know, he missed the first 6 races of the season, got a lot of wins, a lot of consistent finishes. And I think he finished 3rd in the championship.
Sounds like Matt Jackson. Sounds like Mike Jackson right now.
And then a lot of people thought in 94 Radisich could be the one that can win the championship, but it turned out it didn't. Did get involved in a lot of wrecks, and particularly at Brands Hatch when he got punted off by Mr. Patrick Watts. No surprise there.
I think Patrick was a very underrated driver.
A very underrated driver in case of gravel traps.
I think if it had been in a more of a front running team than he was, I think that works Peugeot. You know, it was like the year Tim Harvey had the Renault 19. After they finished with the other stuff, they had the Renault 19.
Aye, that was a poor car. That car only worked well in the wet. That was the only time it worked well.
Well, he was saying he said it was the only touring car he's ever been in that's got a handbrake on it. They didn't take the handbrake out of it. It was just technically. If you watch some of the touring car legends, he actually slates it. Tim Harvey goes on a 15-minute rant slating that car. Yeah.
Graham Hassel says the Volvo S40 Super Tourer. Is he one about the one in 97 or 98? There's a fly, I've just killed it. I'm guessing I like the 98 version when it was just silver and blue. That looked nice. The 97 one looked all right, but I preferred the blue and silver one in 98 and 99. That's for me anyways. What do you think?
Again, there's that many different colour schemes for that car, you know, over the time round. That is a classic one, but it's just, I don't know, it didn't grab me.
No, did it not? Oh, well. David Hunt, Rouse's Sierra Cosworth from the late 80s. I'm guessing he might be thinking of the Labatt's one like you. The Dynamics Dynamics Integra, a close second.
Yeah. Now, are we talking the orange Halfords one?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at the 2005, I think it was race 1. 2005 might have been race 2. There was a gravel trap that Matt Neal went straight into at Cascades, Alton Park, and I was one of the marshals that fetched him out the gravel trap. Thank you. In that car. So yeah, it was. I got a good chance having a good look out of it when it was on its door handle in the on the crane afterwards. It was quite funny. Matt was brilliant though. He bought everybody. He bought everybody a baseball hat down with Halfords written on it for the trouble for getting him out the gravel trap. He gave every marshal some Halfords merch for getting him out the trap.
Well, it just shows you, you know, the generosity as well. It's just like, you know, sponsors. Yeah. But I love that Integra. I thought the Integra looked really nice, especially the Dynamics one. That was really nice.
And of course, it come back in many different guises afterwards. Because didn't Paul O'Neill drive it for Sunshine at something at one point?
Paul O'Neill drove for Sunshine. The 2 Jordans when they drove it.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else did. No, I was going to say, did Andy Jordan drive like an Integra when I had Pertec? Yeah, it must have.
They had the John Guest stuff as well, didn't they?
Yeah, the John Guest.
Yeah.
Anyways, Andy Milnard, he says the almost plain white S2000 of Collard.
S2000 of Collard. Oh, the S2000 spec car.
Yeah. I'm thinking, is that the eBay one? Not the black one. Well, obviously not the black one, because it's the plain white one.
We're both having a corker tonight, aren't we? When we've been at work today, we've come from the Louise Goodman, whatever. I'm going to get loads of stick about getting the driver's name wrong at the beginning, but I've been with for 14 hours, so I don't care.
Get your alcohol
Yeah.
again.
No, exactly. I am staying dry for the month in the old sponsorship bit for BT. You know what I mean? As on the TV advert. So yeah, so it's good. I don't drink that much, mate. I've got to get back. I've got to get back on the training, man, because I've got me Project Vinny is coming along quite well, and once it's finished, we are gonna have some around the end fun with that car.
Lovely.
It's cool. It will be if it ever gets finished. Right, so
got more.
Yeah, go on.
Daniel Francis, he said the same with the Alfa Romeo, the 94 one. Andrew Wilson says Jordan's Vectra post 888. I think it was. That's when they had the Pertec full delivery. I've always loved that Pertec delivery.
I'd like to see the going back to the earlier one as well as this one. Pictures of these cars, please post them up on the actual question that Sean put up on the Facebook group, because I'd really like to see some of these. Because the S2001, I'm not sure was one of those sponsored by RAC, or am I? Because they first switched over from MG, didn't they? WSR switched from MG over to the BMWs, and they were still under RAC sponsorship. Because didn't they have
Turkington won the championship with that sponsor?
Yeah, that's 2007.
No, I thought it was 2009.
Might be wrong. No, 2007. He was drive the RAC car that was sponsored was an MG.
Oh yes, MG, yeah. I mind that because he one of the MGs got spun into the gravel. Yeah, that was Collard. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering whether I'd love to see the S2001 and this one that you're on about now. Yeah. So yeah, the paint scheme for that. What do you remember about this last one then, Sean?
Which one?
The one that you've just been talking about, not the Integra.
Oh, the Vectra.
Yeah, the Vectra.
I've always loved the Andy Jordan's paint schemes on them, especially with the Pertec, especially with the blue. I love that type of blue. That looks.
I tell you the car that I like, the Astra that I like, was the Egg sponsored one that Paul O'Neill drove, and it's
2002.
Yeah, it had been in the btcc for some years. That car had, and yet it was still performing quite well.
That would have been. They may have changed it in 2000, I think. Because I know they had the Vauxhall Vectra in 99, and then they changed it to the Astra in 2000.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But the Team Egg, they had that Team Egg sponsor in 2001 and 2002, because the Team Egg one was like navy blue and green, and then they changed it to like navy blue, and then it was like a pinkish red. That was a season when Paul O'Neill drove and got his first win at Alton Park. His very first win. And can you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
And he was crying on the podium as well, because that was his very first ever win.
I was crying in the crowd as well, because I didn't have a bet on.
Dado Page, he says the first Valvoline Mondeo hatchback, loved it. And that's the one from '96 with Radicic and Steve Robertson, I think it was.
That's nice.
That was nice. Yeah. Like that one. Them two had a very memorable incident in Donington when both of them retired, because I think it was Steve Robertson was ahead of Radicic, lost control in 10-1, and Radicic went into him, and both the Fords were out. Oh dear. Happy days. Steve Milsom, the 2006 Seat Leon in yellow and silver.
Yeah, now I've got to admit, I was cleaning. I've moved. I've got a garage around the back of the property that's come up, and I managed to rent a garage because I don't have a garage here, so I've been renting this garage, and one's come up nearer to home. Anyway, I was cleaning it out, and I found a program from the Seat Cupra Cup, and it that was the one where it was on the TV. And they were shooting out for his champions, And in the driver's preview for this particular round I went to at Rockingham, the featured driver was a very fresh-faced in his first season of racing, Gordon Shed.
Yeah, he had the Scottish sun paint scheme, didn't he? It was red. Yep. Yeah. I mind that. Yeah. Indeed, I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's going back, eh? Paul Gallagher says Cleland and Allum's '93 Cavalier, and he's actually got a picture of it The Daily Mail one. And yeah, you can't go wrong with that one. Cannot go wrong with that one.
You don't see. Do you feel that like the Super Touring stuff is more iconic because it was Super Touring and the amount of manufactured stuff there? Do you think in future seasons we'll be talking about the cars that are on the grid today in the same way?
I just think a lot of people. I think a lot of people on that page remember a lot about the Super Tourer era. But I think there might be a few. There might be a few people on there that will not like the racing that we've got now because they prefer the Super Tourer era because them cars they looked like actual actual saloon cars. They didn't need a big massive rear wing on the back of it or whatever.
What do you think? What do you think is going to be a future classic off the grid right now? If you could pick one to put in this illustrious line of classic paint schemes and whatever, which one would you pick off the grid right now? And you can only pick one car.
You mean from like what? From what dates? Like what? I mean, what dates? What years?
No. I'm on about this list of cars we've got it from around different years. Yeah. If you will think about going forward in the year and doing this show in 10 years time, right? And being on this in 10 years time, actually looking back and going, 2015. If you could pick one car from 2015 that could hold its own against these other cars, which one would you pick?
Which one would I pick from 2015? Right. I would pick the Adam Morgan's car.
Yeah. Good shout, with the Wicks filters and everything else.
Yeah. I love that when it was with Rob Austin.
I love the Aidan Moffat paint scheme. I think the blue, white and black works really well.
Yeah. You picked
really
the teammates. That's quality, that. Anyway, he's got a few more to go. James Robinson, Rydell's 96 Volvo 850.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's put the 94 one. I mean, who could not forget the car from 94? Come on.
Yeah, but I'm saying that one has got some. Yeah, that was a beast. You could hear that coming from a mile away. That thing, it was ridiculously loud. It's a beautiful car.
Harvey behind the wheel of it, he was mad behind it.
Yeah,
that's typical though of Tim though back then.
Typical of Tim now.
Yeah, I actually seen Tim Harvey on TV. He's still like racing, but he was racing in one of them classic Formula One cars.
Yeah,
I've seen it live on Motors TV.
Tim Harvey has got a different role with British Racing Drivers called BRDC, and he's actually one of these people who look for the up and coming talent. And his talent spotter for the next generation come through. So you get these BRDC rising stars.
Yeah.
And he's the person who selects them and coaches them and trains them. And Tom Onslow Cole's a part of that now with his coach bit for the MSA. And I think Plato's part of that as well with the BRDC. There's a lot of touring car drivers involved in that sort of nurturing young talent through. I think they've all got a vested interest. It was interesting at the race meeting at Knockhill, watched them all watching Ricky Collard quite closely.
Yeah.
It was a nice moment that was watching Plato and Rob Collard and Rob Austin standing there. Yeah, and watching how Ricky Collard was doing.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe you'll see honestly believe you'll see Ricky Collard and Lando Norris in Formula One.
Yeah. Particularly the team that Ricky Collard's in. I mean, he's in the Arden team. And you know who runs the Arden team?
I'm trying to think. Go on, run it past me.
Christian Horner.
Really? I didn't. Yeah. Honestly, I paid attention to F3 and everything else, but I didn't realise he's still got an interest in the other teams like that as well.
Christian Horner's been with Arden since the late 90s when he was in Formula 3000.
Yeah, because what happened was his father owns Autoglass, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The actual Lotte company, which is the glass repair company. And that's where a lot of his money comes from for racing. But I know for a fact he's heavily connected because there's a Carling normally sponsor any Carling drivers. Normally got Red Bull plastered all over the car anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's when I'm just going back to like when Ricciardo was in British F3 and stuff. You know, I'm sure he ran with Carling. But yeah,
there've been a lot of good drivers that drove for Carling though. That's went on to Formula 4. I think Takuma Sato was one of them.
Yeah, Takuma Sato was another.
Yeah.
So back to British touring cars, which is why we're here.
Two more.
Any other ones? Two more.
Two more to go. Chris Law says the '94 Ford Mondeo. That was Andy Rouse's last year in the touring cars, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last one, Ross Hainsworth, the '97 Volvo S40 and the '97 Audi A4.
Nice. I only fully remember the '97 season, and it was because I was doing a lot of stuff in the music industry in '97, so I very rarely saw anything in '97. I think I only caught a couple of rounds of the championship that year. But yeah, it's one of the DVDs I've been meaning to get and catch up with actually.
Yeah, I would love to watch the '97 because I like it because it's got a lot of colour. I love a field of cars that's got some colour, like red, green, yellow, blue. I would watch that. I don't know, because they're like my favourite colours. Mostly blue.
I wonder why that is.
I know. So that's all the questions. That's all the responses there. Thank you to everyone who.
Thanks very much for everyone. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And please post pictures, man. We'd love to see.
Oh, we do love to see the pictures.
Because I hate to say this, we've only got a few rounds left, and then we are into the bleak winter.
We're in hibernating.
We're in hibernating, which involves right tuning into Motors TV, yeah, or as we like to call it, the David Addison Show, for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we need something on Facebook to cheer us up, man. So keep ladies, gents, please fill our Facebook wall full of pictures of lovely touring cars. We'd love that.
Yes, please.
Not that we're addicted or anything. It's nothing to do with being addicted to British touring cars.
Yes, we are.
So have you got any get it off your Platos this week then, or anything like that, or any?
I've absolutely forgot it. I've genuinely forgot it. But there was other things that quickly talk. Oh, go on, and you have yours then.
I was just going to say my you are Alan Gow for this episode. Alan Gow, I decree that you should put on a night race. There, I've said it. We should do a night race British touring car event somewhere in this country. Make it happen.
That's not been happening for about 15 years.
I think a night race, a proper, good old school night race. Normal BTC format event and everything else, but let's do one in a cold October somewhere.
So how the Formula MSC Formula guys can see?
Eat carrots. I don't care as long as the touring cars happen at night.
Carrots. There you go.
They can do what they want.
Then tape a torch to their helmet.
You could do what you want in the day with all the other support races. You could have them in the day. I'm just talking about make one of the races at night. I just think that would be cool.
I can't get over that. MSC just eat carrots. There you go. I can just see the meeting when it happens, when it's a night race. Okay, with the organizer. Okay, drivers, eat carrots. End it. And just walks away. And this is why I'm not in charge of the MSA. You got like a whole bunch of people just all sitting there, just like, oh, I can't wait. What we're going to talk about today? Because we're in the night. Ooh. Right, guys, eat carrots. Gets a cloth, opens it up. There's a bowl of carrots right there.
That's it. Just have one per driver. Don't be greedy. Crack on. I think you could run the event in the day like normal, but then to come back to it, you know. and a half an evening race, and I think like, you know, a 25-minute race, and I know it would take a lot of doing, most probably never happen, but could you just imagine all of them going door to door in the dark? That'd be awesome.
But what track would do it though? I know Snetterton's done it. Silverstone did it. I think those were the only two, I think.
Silverstone, it'd have to be the Silverstone or Brands GP circuits for me.
Yeah, possibly.
Be nice to see it at Rockingham, actually.
Oh, because it's got. Does it have lights on the start finish line? Well, no, obviously not, because the cars have got them.
It was kitted out for NASCAR, so NASCAR race at night. So you can bet Rockingham's got a lighting system in it. I bet you. I'd like to think it has anyway, because it was done for IndyCar spec, wasn't it? Rockingham. Yeah,
it was done for like karts. I didn't think the ASCAR cars actually raced at night, because I remember watching it on Motors TV. No David Addison. It was other drivers, other commentators.
Motors TV without David Addison on at any point in the day is like when DFS don't have a sale on for sell settees. You just can't. It's never happened. It's never, ever, ever happened.
That's quite true. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So yeah, go on. You were saying there's a couple of things you want to talk about.
A few more things. We were discussing about Andy Priaulx. Will he race at Rockingham? And the answer to that was no. And they found a driver who has done it, and you actually pretty much called it in the last episode, Nick Foster. So how do you think Nick will be doing that? He's back in the btcc car.
I don't think it will be the last time we see Nick.
No,
I think Nick Foster is about to be bitten again by the BTCC bug. I don't think he'll be running at WSR, but that Infinity team, if they do the second car again, or somebody going in with Tom Ingram, I think Nick Foster would be a good shout. He really would. Lovely guy as well. Lovely guy.
The thing what worries me though is, I mean, yeah, he's been driving in that WSR team for like 3 years and never really got up to where the likes of Collard and Turkington were. Don't get me wrong, he has finished on the podium, but not consistently like what Turkington and Collard has been doing over the last couple of years. And we know that Priaulx has done very well in that car. Like, he's now, 7 points, got a race win, a lot of podiums. Can Foster match that, though, to help the team's constructors?
Yeah, I believe that Nick Foster is one of the best number 2 drivers. I don't say that lightly. I'm not saying he can't be a number 1 driver. I just think he needs a championship contender with him in the same team to push him to the best out of him. He's a very laid back guy. He's a very, very clinical, laid back racing driver. He's a good, solid racer, but that as a spectator, for me, he's always never had that killer instinct like, say, Rob Collard. I mean, Rob Collard, let's face it, last round, Rob Collard even shoved Sam Tordoff across the grass. And it was like, well, if you're going to... I think he would have done it to his own family.
Yeah.
I think if Ricky Collard was in the British touring cars and that had been Ricky Collard, his own lad, trying to overtake him, I think he'd have done exactly the same move. And the thing with Rob Collard is he could have been in 21st place and he still would have done that move.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that's how he drives. That's his driving style. You've got to earn that position to get by him.
Yeah, that's why we love him. But he's not dirty with it. If you get him, if you can actually catch him napping, which is very rare, and you can get your nose up the inside, he won't ram you off the track. He's very, very clean racers, Rob Collard.
There was a scary moment. There was a scary moment at Crofto when Shedden and Collard made contact going into the fast chicane bit before sunny in and sunny out. And I don't know if I can't remember if Collard turned in on Shedden or what. I'm not too sure on that.
I'm guaranteeing it now, lad. If Shedden and him are on the same piece of racetrack, you can guarantee that they turned in on each other.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Right, next one, because we're nearly running out of time. I don't know if you've seen about this, but you know the Swindon engine, you know that the token provides them.
Yeah, they've got a contract extension, haven't they, as well? Which is
Yeah,
quite
until
interesting.
2021.
Apparently, there were other suppliers as well, which was kind of interesting because I thought it would have been a good opportunity for them to throw it open to multiple engine builders, which could have been the way forward for manufacturers coming back into it and bringing a super touring back. But Mr. Gow seems to be very what's it. Did you see the other story about Sky Television as well?
No.
Alan Gow's told Sky TV where to go, apparently. And he told them in the early 90s, and apparently they've been sniffing around British touring cars again. And he's told them, no, they've got a perfectly good, acceptable thing working for free on ITV4, and they will never go to Sky.
I don't have Sky personally, but, you know,
no,
that's
respect to Mr. Alan Gow, because, you know, I'm not being funny. The sort of money that Sky have put into football would be tempting.
I know, yeah.
ITV4 now officially is the British home of British motorsport, pretty much now. I mean, BBC gets some of the F1, but not all the F1. I mean, if you look at all the hours with the Isle of Man TT and the bikes and everything else that ITV4 put in,
MotoGP highlights, yeah.
Yeah, ITV4's home of motorsport without the Formula E as well, you know.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. But getting back to the Swindon engine thing, I mean, a lot of teams have done it from this year are using that Swindon engine, and they've been working all right. But I want to talk about like the Team Hard team with Kieran Gallagher. They also use a Swindon engine, but why are they getting consistent engine problems? And it's from the same place, from Swindon. I mean, that's puzzling. Because a lot of other teams in the BTCC are using the Swindon engines, and they've worked fine, whereas the Team Hard engines, they're just not working.
But it's not just down to the engine. I mean, I'm not sure if they're allowed to run separate engine maps, and you know how it interacts with the actual car that it's in. You know, you might be able to tweak something on a laptop to actually make it more aggressive for certain circuits and whatever. Perhaps it runs some of the components a bit, you know, a bit differently.
Well, Kieran,
it's a shame really, because you know Kieran really, I thought would. He's like Jack Goff. He deserves to win races.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's put the work in.
I mean, the time when he was racing at Knockhill, he couldn't race 2 and 3 because of an engine problem. He couldn't race at Croft because of an engine problem. I mean, that must be hugely frustrating to not go out on track when you've got like some problem in your car and you can't seem to fix it. The team's losing like -20, -30 points in the teams, or maybe even the Constructors' Championship as well. And I don't know.
It could be that you don't know what else they're running gearbox wise or anything else like that.
Maybe.
You only need to run something different with the gearing, and it affects the car so much. You know, it's just ridiculous. It really is. I mean, we went. I was out with a car the other week at track day with a friend, and they said they were gonna. They literally put small wheels on the car, and it completely. They went from 16-inch wheel. And I know it's all pretty much standard across touring cars and whatever, but they went from a 16-inch wheel to a 14-inch wheel, and it just completely changed and transformed the acceleration on the car.
Yeah.
But it wrecked everything else, and the car started breaking down. The only thing that was different in the car during the day was the fact they changed these rims over. And it put a different strain and stress on the car. Yeah. It could just be vibration. It could just be vibration as well.
I don't know. All we just want to hope is I hope Kieran does get to race in these 3 races at Locking, because you know it'd be good to see him actually compete in them 3 races and not have like problems that he wouldn't get to go out in race 1 or 2 or 3.
Have you heard anything about Tony Gillen coming back? Talking about Team Hard.
I know he did test in the Snetterton testing. He did test in that, but it would be good to have him back. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, he's a very, very good racer, especially VW Cup stuff that he did as well beforehand.
I know for a fact he should have deserved at least a few more podium finishes than he did. Like the one at Thruxton in the wet, that was when Toby Moody was qualifying. God, I hate Toby Moody. Deserved the podium, and then he just fluffed it in the tyre barrier.
What have you said about you picking on Toby Moody?
Do you know, I honest to God, I hope he watches this, because
don't worry, Sean. It's only my YouTube account. Perfectly fine, mate. The thoughts of Sean are not shared by me, Toby. Oh my God. That's another one off the Christmas card list, mate.
4 down, another 400 to go. Brilliant. Can't remember what I was going to say.
Looking forward to the next round then.
Yeah, I think it's Rockingham's a kind of an odd track because how can I explain it? You got like the start-finish line. That part of the track is going to favour the front-wheel drive cars. The second part of the track after the hairpin, it's going to favour the rear-wheel drive cars. We know Rob Austin's got a good record there. He's got 2 wins in the last 2 years. So I'd hope to see him get a hat-trick of wins in 3 years. I'm hoping for that.
He'll be a good shot for race 3 with this grid pole, he will.
Yeah, possibly. Championship, getting down to the wire is, each venue, who's going to be, coming out as the leading points leader on there.
Somebody only really needs a really good player's almost in a position where he just has to finish second each race. Whereas, somebody like Andy Dorden, he's only got to have 3. He's only got to do like a clean sweep one of the rounds, and he's right back at the front again.
Yeah, definitely. But
do you think it's been quite a clean race so far this season? Do you think Rockingham's going to be the start of the actual story? Because we were saying in the last episode, there hasn't really been any stories this year about people moan about balanced power and all this, but and turbo boost equalizations and all this, but it could be the start of some really the battle really heating up. Doesn't seem to have done that this year. There doesn't seem to be any aggression. The drivers have all quite pally this season. I think Rockingham would be the one where it all kicks off.
It's get all thrown out the window. If not, it will definitely be Silverstone. I could see dummies flying, panel beating, bumpers flying off, cars flipping over.
and once we've got on the car park, we'll watch the racing.
But no, I think there's going to be some good racing at Rockingham. Hopefully some excitement. Hopefully as well, not in the wet, because it does kind of scare me when they go through the banking in the first turn in the wet. It does kind of scare me a little bit because Jeff Smith had a problem there a couple of years back.
A really high concrete wall there.
I know my what's on my plate, but carry on.
Yeah, go on. I was just going to say, they used to, years ago, make them do a chicane before they go off the start for year 1, before they went down to where the hairpin was. They, at the bottom end there, they actually put it in full chicane in one season. A lot of cars had accidents and problems. And I remember, I think it was Ben Winrow in the Clio Cup. He had a really bad smash there in testing. And he had to be... in qualifying for that event, and he had to be cut out. He had to cut the roll cage out the back of the car and extract him from the rear of the car because he actually hit the wall on the infield. I'm probably going back a fair few years now. Yeah, it's a very dangerous place if you come off with them concrete walls around. Jeff Smith that was a nasty one. That was.
Yeah. So if we get some sunny, sun, and have 30 plus cars in the grid, I think it would be one great meeting, I would say.
Yeah, fantastic. Once you get it off the Plato then?
Right, the what's on my Plato, right? I mean, it's all fine and well. We've seen the race leaders and then having maybe a few cars positioned down. You'd see like a scrap for like 4th place, but I would like to see the drivers like battling outside the points, like 16th, 17th, 18th. Like if you see more of the Eurotech boys, Mike Bushell,
Yeah.
maybe Stuart Lines, Alex Martin, or Simon Belcher. Let them get some TV credit time instead of seeing Turkington, Plato, Matley, Shedden.
I know this sounds daft, but do you think now with the sheer amount of tech that ITV's got at its disposal, they couldn't actually do some like sort of interactive camera bit alongside it on the internet, so you could actually watch if you wanted to watch, Stuart Lines' in-car camera, you could just log on and do that. If you're a fan of Rob Austin, you can actually just do all 3 races with Rob Austin. The tech's there. I don't understand why they don't do that.
I'm sure in every of them touring cars they have got like a GoPro camera. I'm sure every touring car does.
Only certain cars.
Only certain ones. I mean, it would be great to see the cars battling for further back, like for 17th, 18th, 20th position. More, that'd be really fun to see instead of just seeing the usual suspects up at the front.
Yeah, and also, I think sometimes, especially like at the end of season race, what they ought to do is once all the sponsors put all the trucks or whatever else, they ought to. I still think they should have an end of season race where either the first 10 places don't race and they have a 4th race on the last round, and the first 10 places don't race. They go off and do the championship celebrations, but the ones at the back of the grid either have a separate race for themselves. Or I would still love them, and it'll never happen, but I still would love the idea of them doing something risky, like making it going like there's cats out the bag with what's happening next year. The guy, whoever's won the championship, they have to give their car for the last race to the guy at the back. And the guy at the back gets pole. So he gets to sit in the championship winning car on pole once. Do you know what I mean? Just so
you said that like in the very first episode of this, didn't you?
That would be absolutely awesome to see someone. Can you imagine Tom Ingram in Plato's car? Have all the cars wrapped a colour, just wrap them white, tight. You know what I mean? Or at the end of the season, the other one I come up with the other day was they have a car that's not connected to them. So say they have one of the MSA Formula cars, or they have, one of the touring cars, but they have like a super tourer or something like that. And they literally just give every driver a crack at it. And what they do is they have the championship races, but on the Saturday or something like that, every single touring car driver gets one practice lap. They cross the line and it's just a single lap. And then that qualifies them for where they are on the grid. And what it is they don't qualify in their own touring car. They have to go in something that's completely and utterly random. So go, this race meeting at Rockingham, we've got the 1997, one of the 1997 Super Tourers, and everybody's got to qualify in this one car. And where you're on that one car is where you're on the race with the other ones. So it's just completely and utterly random qualifying. So you get somebody who's normally sitting at the back like in 3rd. Just because.
But would that be a bit of a problem for the tyres, though? Would they have to put on 27 other different tyres on to make it more fair? Because obviously the guy that's going to be first out will probably get an advantage compared to the guy that's going to come out 24th when the tyres are a bit warm.
Brand new set, just a brand new set of tyres.
What, for each one, for every driver?
Well, what you need to do is find a car that uses that qualifying set that they'd be using on the car. Because I think if you had something like a 4-1 day going back to one of the cars that was in the list, I don't think the wheel sizes have changed. They're all on a central nut from like, coming into 2000, they're all on a central wheel nut in the middle on an air gun. So, you know, you should be able to change it all pretty quickly, I'd have thought. Be nice anyway. Just be nice to see. It'd just be nice to see him do something for the guys at the back of the grid, like you were saying. I think that's a good shout.
Yeah. Although one thing I did forget to see about looking forward to Rockingham is to see the Super Tourers. I cannot wait to see them. I tell you what, when I see them cars, I'm going to take a picture of it, put it on my Instagram, and I'm going to have shivers down the back of my spine.
That is gonna have, honestly, now that is gonna be a special moment. They got some people coming back for drive. Is Clan coming back to drive? One I heard.
Yeah, I'm sure Clan is going to come back to driving now.
Yeah,
I actually think that Richard Hawking is going to be in that.
Right.
I cannot mind if he is, but if he is, I genuinely cannot mind if he's going to be driving the Nissan Primera from '97.
Good shout.
But if I'm wrong, then I'm completely and utterly
won't
dumb.
There be an entry list on the website?
I've not checked, to be honest. I have seen it on someone's Facebook.
TSL Time. Yeah, TSL Timing who do the timing for the British touring cars. I'm sure TSL will have an entry list.
But is that just like when it's live, when they're out on track, is it?
Yeah, but sometimes they give a preview away of the runners and riders beforehand.
Right. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, there. I just about the bet.
Yes, you might get the driver list. We'll have a look, see if we can find a driver list and put it up. That'd be nice. Yeah, Super Touring's awesome.
You might see Patrick Watts. We saw Patrick Watts in the Peugeot last year at Alton Park. He might be back racing for this year.
The thinking man's Maldonado.
I wouldn't be too surprised if I see Patrick Watts in the grass, out of the race, or in the gravel trap. I would not be too surprised.
Well, you know, he wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad. He had his moments, you know. He did have his moments.
When?
I'm sure now you're just going to get a hurl of abuse now saying, well, there's this race in 1994 that was amazing. And yeah, no. He was a good driver. There's no bad drivers in the BTCC. There's just none. You know? No. I just think, yeah, this Super Touring was a special time and it needs to come back. You know, but I think this season's shaping up to be a classic.
Amen.
It's certainly the most open it's been for many a season.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so have you got anything else on the agenda, mate? Because I'm going to have to call it a night soon because of work pressure.
We have pretty much covered everything for tonight.
Apart from me getting the driver's name wrong at the beginning, which comes from the Louise Goodman School of Media Training. Thank you very much.
You've got Louise Goodmanitis.
Yes, of course. What I did was
horrible disease.
Yeah, I find myself. Well, it's a strange affliction. What I keep doing is when I'm stuck on motorways, I keep randomly opening drivers' doors and interviewing them. And calling them names.
Here's one thing I want to know. Here's one thing before I wanted to know. That Airwaves commercial. You don't. The Ford doesn't sponsor the Airwaves now. Yeah,
they've taken Matt Jackson's car name out the back window of the car as well. Have you noticed on that advert?
Oh, have they? But
yeah, it doesn't say Jackson in the back window anymore.
Oh, does it not? I didn't even notice that.
No.
Oh. No. I need to look at that. I need to get a BDI on that.
Yeah. Yeah, so they removed the what's it round from there, but yeah, I think that could be. It could be dead funny. I just think should have Matt Jackson like going on holiday in a caravan next to him, going to the track with a transporter with his motor base Ford Focus on the back and just looking at him and shaking his head. It's like, no, mate, that's not your car.
And then he looks in his pocket and that, and there's like Airwaves, and then like opens the window, chucks it out.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm so much hated now.
So we are gonna go and watch the race at Rockingham then get prepared for Silverstone and Brands Hatches. Coming into the season, it's quite an open season. It's anybody's game really from the top four. I can't really see the championship getting outside of the top
six.
4. Mathematically, yes. Practically,
I mean, like I said,
I think they're all going to take points off each other, really.
Yeah, I mean, Prio, even though he's not racing at Rockingham, he's 7th in points, and he's 42 points behind the leader.
But, you know, I can't see... Plato reckons Rockingham's going to be quite weak for him, he said. I'm sure he said that at Knockhill. I might be wrong with that. I think he's playing the card that he won't be strong at Silverstone. I don't believe that for a second. I think it's going to be a BMR whitewash at Silverstone.
I think Plato is just trying to, not cause any controversy when he's speaking and try and be as calm as possible. When a lot of people are going to say, right, you're out front for winning the champ, like you're basically a contender for the championship. How are you going to drive at Rockingham? And then he'll play the card saying we're not that good. So he's trying to bring himself down to not say that, he's the driver to beat at that track. So it won't put any pressure on himself. If that made any sense whatsoever.
Shedden, I think now, BMR are that far in front for the constructors' points, the team trophy. I think that Honda will give up on chasing the team trophy pretty soon, and I think they will go after the driver's title. I think they go through everything they've got behind Gold Shedden. I think you'll see Rockingham the relationship between Matt Neal and Shedden change very much, and Shedden will get a lot of support from Matt Neal.
I tell you what, I know we're going to be ranting and raving and that, but I was watching some Mini Coopers on Motors TV. I don't think it was sponsored by David Addison. But
wasn't.
No. But I did see a driver that was with the Honda Yuasu Racing liveries. Howard Neal, Matt's son.
Right.
I could see him in BTCC very soon.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We're interesting to see if he runs him in his own, if they run him in Dynamics.
Yeah, he drives for the Dynamics team in the Mini Coopers.
Right. So that's a great, making him registered
and he actually got interviewed as well, and he actually spoke like his dad, like bang on spoke like his dad.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could maybe watch of him. That's one thing we could possibly talk about for the next episode. Drivers that should step up into BTCC. We've got like Antwort Neals. You've got Ash Hand. Possibly Sutton, maybe.
That Ash Hand and Antwort Neals will be teammates next year. Where I do not know, but they will be teammates next year.
Yeah.
They will be. You're looking at other parts of the grid. There's a couple of Ginetta Junior drivers that really stand out, but again, they're most probably down the GT4 as well. I can see some other people sidestepping across from Clio Cup and actually missing BTCC and going into the Porsche Carrera Cup. So there's a couple of them there that would prefer to do that.
I hear there's going to be a big field of Renault Clios for 2016, which I think is great.
Yeah. Clio's at their peak for me about 3 seasons ago, and the new car hasn't really grabbed me at all. And I'm a Renault Clio Cup nut. Really love the series, but this last year isn't the drivers are bad or the racing's been bad. It's just the cars don't grab. When they were not the previous generation, but a couple of generations before, the old round bubble windowed rear window where the window was like a glass bubble at the back of.
Yeah.
Like 2005, that's sort of what's it there. There was a lot of exciting racing with that, and they were literally mini British touring car. They were going into the corner forward abreast, like literally bashing each other's wings off going into the corner, and that was on the warm-up lap. It was really exciting. It was carnage. It was absolutely carnage. And the driving standards were ridiculous. And they clamped down on it. And now it's sort of sanitized it a bit for me. I know I'm not saying you want banger racing or bumper cars, but, you know, it just seems to have lost a bit of the cut and thrust for me. There's no real, how can I put it? It's very, very clinical now, which is great for the British touring car drivers coming through. You know, it's perfect, but just I've been spoilt by previous seasons of that.
But I think, you know, 2016, you might like the car now because, you know, there's going to be so many drivers in the field. You know, you might have, you know, not one driver that's going to stand out winning a lot of the time. I think there's going to be multiple different winners, like there has been this year, like with Sutton, O'Neill's, Ashan, you know, any others.
I think the other person who should come into the British touring cars, who never gets mentioned anymore, but was right on the cut and thrust, and perhaps he's a little too old to get a big team now, is Stefan Odgets. I think Stefan's time in the British touring cars really should have happened for him a long time ago, when he did that season in the Clio Cup and everything else. Do you remember him winning and just stopping and parking the car up and getting out and leaping around like an absolute hooligan and then getting back in it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just full of special moments with that. But, you know, it's such a shame because when he was doing the Seat Cupra Cup, I mean, the kid was a superstar, you know, and I've seen him racing Fun Cup and things like that. But you know, I'd like to see him back.
I honestly thought you were going to say Paul Rivette.
Paul Rivette, yeah, again, you know, yeah. Phil Glue was the one for me. I think he should have definitely come up to BTCC. It's a shame to see him commentating them.
Yeah.
Definitely missed opportunity for him in the BTCC. He was a driver that could have won the championship overall. He was that good.
Yeah.
Ben Winrow was another one in Clio Cup as well from years ago.
You don't hear from him now, eh? I mean,
no, not at all. He was doing production. He still races. He races BMW Cup in club meetings, BRSCC, like early 90s BMWs. Production BMW Cup, if you want to see Ben Winrow race. But
that's quite a bit of a step back then.
It's an affordable way of going racing and always winning races, and there's nobody in that championship, I don't think, that can touch him up. I don't think so anyway. I know for a fact he's had a lot of race wins and stuff in that, you know. But
why can't he just challenge himself to a more higher competitive level then, instead of constantly winning?
Club racing doesn't necessarily mean bad racing.
No, I know that, but I mean, if he's continuously winning every race, why can't he just say to himself, I need to go into another, you know, a more competitive championship? I mean, it's like the same with, what's his name? The guy that was driving in the Seats in the BTCC, the black Seat. James, no, it's not Pitford. Tom Boardman.
Yes.
He was one. You know, he raced in the BTCC for a few years and then went into World Touring Cars. I don't know if he's still there now.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of people who end up as driver coaches, and driver coaches working with, especially with GT drivers. So people who are doing like Le Mans 24 hours and like Porsche 911s and things like that. You tend to find a lot of these drivers who are running at the front for a few seasons or really have got their star shining brightly. You know, you'll find that a driver, for example, like Dan Camish, no matter what happens in Dan Camish's career, he will end up at the Le Mans 24-hour race in some way, shape, or form. He will have a long career in sports cars.
I would see him in the FIA World Porsche Canada Cup Championship.
I'd see him with some larger Latvian businessman driving some Aston Martin round in 42nd position, but getting paid a shed load of money for being the wild card. You know, the car finishes like 30th overall, but the reason is because he's outperforming his businessman teammate by about 9 seconds a lap. Some of them just get pro drivers in, you know, and you see a lot of them. There's a lot of musicians that race tend to have a ringer as a teammate. You know, there's a couple that I know that have got people who deliberately they hire that are going for hire. Basically, I mean, I know Stefan Nodges did that for a while with some endurance racing, where basically, you know, if you got enough money, you could put Stefan Nodges in your team, and it was just down so he could afford. It was just purely down so he could afford to do the British touring cars. That's what he was. That was always big goal. Was it's a shame he didn't make it. It really is.
I know Sam Tordoff has done some endurance races because I think he won an endurance race at Silverstone.
Yeah. There's
in his class.
There's a lot of drivers that could do that as well, you know, and they go into the Australian V8 supercars and all that kind of stuff going on. And it's, you know, I could see a lot of touring car drivers certainly moving into management as well. I mean, like, you know, the current crop of drivers on the grid, you can see them owning teams in a few years. You really can.
I was going to say as well, Ginetta champion Charlie Robertson, he's doing endurance racing now.
Yeah.
I think he's teammates with Chris Hoy in the.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, and that's a prime example of what I'm saying. I mean, Chris Hoy's no slouch, but you know,
no, he's not. No.
They need the constant so he can afford to lose half a second a lap. They need to put somebody in who's a second and a half lap quicker than him.
And Charlie's that guy.
Charlie is that guy. Yeah. There's no two ways about it. The only other one I'd like to say before we finish is I'd love to see an all-female team. I've been saying it for a few episodes now. It'd be great if we could bring some drivers up from, say, Ginetta Juniors or from other formulas or from some club racing. We've got the British Women's Racing Driving Club, you know, Racing Drivers Club, and it'd be great to see them actually have two ladies on the grid right at the sharp end of the car that's competitive.
There has been a lot of potential for like female drivers. I mean, Fiona Leggett, she was a btcc driver. There was some other like younger drivers like Sarah Moore, former Ginetta Junior champion, Louise Richardson, Jamie Chadwick.
There was Natalie. I'm going back a fair few years now. There's a lady called Natalie Barrett, and she did Seats. And she ended up driving Mitsubishi World Rally car. She ended up driving. Natalie Barrett was a quick girl. She really was. She was an absolute superstar. She was hyper fast, you know. But it's just a shame because the sponsorship doesn't seem to want to do it. It's a real opportunity there for the sponsors to actually make a bold statement and do something like that, you know. And some of these companies that are involved in marketing to ladies have got a serious amount of money, you know, real serious amount of money.
Catherine Legg.
Yeah.
Catherine Legg. Now she's in that American series driving that awful Delta Wing car.
Yeah, but
I mind she had a very scary accident in a Formula 3 race at Rockingham. If you remember, she clipped the curb and the curb jumped the car and then her car went like that.
Right. And it went on the guardrail. Was that in turn?
No, that was the chicane. That was the chicane at the start-finish line. After the start-finish line, sorry. You were saying about when Ben Rinrow wrecked.
Yeah. I was at the back of that stand when that happened.
I can't remember what year it was, but I know it was Formula 3.
Yeah, no, and I was in the back of the stand when that happened. And I tell you why I remember that, because they had pop concerts at the same time. So you could either watch the racing or watch the Sugar Babes, which I always thought was a really weird setup at a racetrack. But yeah, they had the Sugar Babes live on stage at the same time as there, and I was there for some music thing. And
that's
That's
not a hard choice, Don. Should I watch the Sugar Babes? They're quite good looking. Or should I watch motor racing?
Yeah, but
definitely motor racing.
This is the thing. As soon as we got that as an option, I was straight in the stand watching the F3.
And rightly so.
It was like, you ladies are beautiful, but have you got slicks? No. See you then. Funny. Yeah, all right.
I was going to say something else then, but I thought, no, I better not. I think I've just told a few people I'm not going down that path again.
yeah, let's not do that. Not with the bleep machine again. Listen, mate, it's that time of the evening when I've really got to get up early, and I've already messed up the intro to this. with my unique Louise Goodman moment. So I will just remains for me to say thank you very much to everybody who's written in and helped us to put that together. It's great. I think it works really well when we do this. We are going to try and look at doing a Facebook Christmas quiz, which we're going to start pulling together and doing that sort of stuff ready for Christmas. So we're going to have a bit of a chat with the people who run the BTCC fan group and try and make that happen. Again, the thoughts of Around the Bend are not the thoughts of the British Touring Car Fan Club group or whatever. They are me and Sean messing about at opposite ends of the country and hopefully bringing a bit of smile to your face while you think about BTCC and the importance of the championship and the next round. We say things in jest. We do things to sometimes get a reaction, which we do. It's not deliberate. It's all meant in fun. But if it is, we've upset
Toby.
If we've upset anybody, Mr. Moody, or Mr. Addison, we love David Addison. It's just not 24 hours a day. I feel like, you know, I'm living with him. Yeah, that's, you know, it's just a case of we're doing this for a bit of fun with just two fans who just met on the fan group and decided to do this, and it's sort of been, this season's been an experiment for us, and it's something we're looking at going forward. The feedback's been reasonably good. There's stuff that we've tried to iron out. There's other stuff that, you know, is just people being people, which good and bad, we take all the feedback on. But we are going to be having a look at doing this for the next 3 rounds, and then into the new year and into the next season. We are perhaps looking at putting this upon our own Facebook page, just so we can sort of start opening to there, because we're both members of not just the BTCC fan group, but there's so many Facebook fan group pages, and there's so much good stuff on all of them, and they've all got multiple thousands of members. It just makes sense, really, to try and pull everything across from one place. And we'd love to get other people on these calls and get them involved as well. I think we can have up to 10 people on a Google Hangout, and it would be great if we could rotate presenters and do all that sort of stuff as well. But we're just trying to build the format as we go at the moment. So without any further delay, any posters or anything else, please put on the fan group. And until the next time, which will be the wonderful rainy Rockingham, from myself, Bart, and from Sean, we'll see you on the next one. And until then, this has been Around the Bend. Anything you want to finish off with, Sean?
Yeah. Bye.
See you on the next one.